my love. My name is Miriam, and I was a student nurse, but I'm not a student nurse anymore. I actually passed my NCLEX, and I am a real nurse instead of student nurse. I am an RN, okay? When I was starting nursing school, like all of you, I was so panicking. Everything was new. I was just stressed out. I didn't know what to do. I was so confused, overwhelmed with everything. Oh, and I just wanted... That's silly. And then I went to YouTube to find a good video to, how people overcome with this, nursing school and whole thing. And, what are their tips and, what they can tell me, what they cannot tell me, what should I do. But I couldn't find exactly something that I like. So I decided after I passed my NCLEX, which I passed it like 2 days ago. I took it 2 days ago and I got my results yesterday. So I totally passed it. I thought I'm going to make one, okay? So I thought about it for a long time, and I ended up with 5 simple rules in order to be really successful in the nursing school. And I'm going to share it with you guys, okay? So are you ready? Let's do that. Rule number 1, be relaxed, okay? Just calm down, relax, just be cool, and start thinking about it. How many times in your life you stress out and you did something silly, you did something stupid, right? So, there's no need. Being stressed out, being anxious doesn't help you, okay? Calm down. And maybe, if I tell you, 90 to 91% of all of the students who accepted to the nursing program will eventually finish the nursing program and will be able to passing NCLEX exam, then you would start thinking about it that you would be in that 90%. There is no way for you to be in bottom 9% if you just, study a little bit and be on the track, okay? So relax. Don't be panicking. Don't be stressed out. Don't get test anxiety. This is just a silly test. Who remembers, what I got in chemistry when I was in high school? Probably was not a good grade, but I cannot remember it. So you will eventually forget it. There's no need for having any kind of stress, okay? For school, for clinical, and for test, okay? So rule number 1, be relaxed, okay? Now, let's do rule number 2. Rule number 2 is not easy to find, okay? It's easy to say for me, but it's not easy to follow, okay? Rule number 2 is time management, and it's really, really critical. Why I am saying it's not really easy to do, because you have to change your life, okay? Your nursing school will eventually change in your life. I'm sorry, maybe this is a bad news for you, but let's face it. You are not an ordinary student. You are almost a nurse, okay? So you have so much responsibilities. So let me share you a couple of the tips that really helping me in order to time management. One of them was listening to the lectures of my teachers when I was driving. Well, I have to say, the majority of the teachers are excellent, and it was really, really nice to listen to their lectures again. Because by the time when I went to the school, I almost reviewed the previous session, the previous class, which was excellent. But there were a couple of the teachers that, unfortunately, they just read from the PowerPoint, which was totally pointless to listening to their, to their lectures, because I have the PowerPoint, so I can read it by myself. Why would I, So in that cases, I would go and search the topic on the YouTube. I would find a good teachers or whatever, and I would, play it on the computer and record it by my phone, and again listen it in the car. Okay, so you can do that. Another thing that you can do in order to time management is to download some of those apps that have NCLEX questions, and everywhere that you are waiting for something, you can do a couple of the NCLEX questions. Okay. And you need a calendar, okay? You have to be really taking track of all of those crazy assignments, all of those exams. So you need to have a calendar. And I would suggest to have go ahead and print it online. There are so many calendars online that you can print. And it comes with the months. Go ahead and print one month's calendar and, put everything that you have to do, all of the test dates and all of the assignment dates and all of the deadlines in one calendar, and looking at it every day, then you can find the time for yourself to, to put, find some time somewhere and do something, in that time. And one thing that I did from not the first semester, I was so confused and I didn't know what to do. But second semester, I printed the whole entire semester calendar by the months, and I was start, writing all the deadlines, everything in that calendar, and I was constantly going through that. I was just constantly reminding myself, hey, I have this deadline, I better not go and party tonight, okay? So time management is very, very critical, and I cannot tell too much about it because I don't know your schedule, unfortunately, but I'm sure you can do it, okay? So just to spend the time and thinking about it. Rule number 3, be on time, okay? Be on time in everything. Be on time in theory class, be on time in clinical class, be on time on finishing your paperwork, those crazy, nursing care papers, and, I don't remember the name of it. Okay, anyway, those assignments that you have to, fill out all the medication, all the lab results or everything and turn it the next morning, or, some of you guys have to turn it in a week from the last clinical day, but be on time, okay? Nursing is all about caring, right? If you come late, it means you don't care. Unfortunately, you do not care. You don't want to get a report from the night shift nurse, and you just, you just don't care. So, clinical instructor will see that you're on time, will see you're turning your assignment on time, and they really appreciate it because it means you care. This is your priority. Nursing school is your priority. Even if your homework is such a bad homework, so I had a couple of the homeworks that they looked like they were so bad. So I'm not even go there. But I turned them online, and then a couple of the days later, I correct them, and I call my instructor or email my instructor. Hey, I just want to let you know I did this correction. Is it okay if I replace if you haven't graded? Is it okay for me to replace it? And 99% of the times they are helpful and they want you to excel. So they would let you to do that for sure. Oh yeah. So be on time. Rule number 3. Now let's go to rule number 4. How to study. This is really, really critical. I will split how to study in 3 parts. First of all, how to study the actual book, like the Lewis book, like the foundation book. Number 2 is how to do NCLEX questions, or how to find a good NCLEX questions. And number 3 is have a body, have a person to study with, okay? So, back to rule number 1, how to study the book. This is how you should do it. This is how I learned to do it. I'm not saying you should do it, but this is how it really, really helping me. First semester, I read cover to cover of the foundation. Worst grade ever. Second semester, I start reading, it was a Lewis book, which is a phenomenal book. I start reading only the titles and the boxes, and most important thing, I read the pathophysiology and ethology over and over again, because I realized that if I just knew how in the world you got that damn disease, I can do something, okay? Something will pop in my mind. If I know you have, for example, lupus, which is the autoimmune disorder, I can tell you I have to shut down your immune system by giving you steroids, okay? So I know, if you have an autoimmune disorder, what should I do? If you have a bacteria infection, I know I should give you antibiotic, and certain stuff that comes with those treatments. So if you don't have a time to read anything from Lewis' book, which it's not cool because this is such a phenomenal book, it's your holy book, please, please, please read all the boxes and read the ethology and pathophysiology very carefully. And then you need Sandler book for the NCLEX questions and everything. These guys are my hero. The author of these books are my hero, okay? This actually have cover whole entire nursing school, okay? It has pediatrics, maternity, adult, critical care. It has everything, okay? And it has such a good summary, which gives you the critical things that you should do. And at the end of each topic, it gives you a couple of the very good NCLEX questions with very good rationale. And guess what? It comes with CD with almost 3,000 questions, and all of them are juicy questions. You know what I was saying? Good questions that the probability that you've seen some kind of questions like them on the test is really, really high. So, I have to say, Sandler's author, I really appreciate what you did, and I couldn't go through the nursing school without you guys, okay? And let's back to rule number 3. That I said about the body. Have someone to study with. That person should be smarter than you. okay? That person, I had a best friend which was very smart, very bright person, has 20 years experience in the nursing field, and she knows bukus, okay? You have to have one body, because if become two bodies, like three of you, then it's not a studying session, okay? It's just like, picnic. I mean, you're just browsing and there are so much things to gossip about, so you waste your time. But if you have just one body to study with, that's excellent. And during my experience, since English is my second language, obviously, I mean, we have a different speed of studying. So what happened was we decided to not study together and just do NCLEX questions. And we learned so much from each other. Like, I realized how my friend is thinking. How is her point of view in order to get questions right? So, find one person who is smarter than you, and it's very nice, and do so many NCLEX questions before the test. The best grades that we got together, like I'm talking about 96, 98% on the test, was the test that we studied like 12 hours before the test together, just doing NCLEX questions, okay? Unfortunately, studying the book doesn't give you a nursing view. The key to thinking like a nurse is to do so many NCLEX questions. NCLEX questions put you on the spot, okay? They will tell you, we have a patient who's bleeding, the resources are this and that, I can call the doctor, I can, elevate the head of the bed or whatever. What are you going to do, okay? So the only way that you can get a nursing view is by doing NCLEX questions. So read the boxes in the book, the titles of the book. If you have a time, read the whole thing after that. If you don't, focus on the NCLEX questions. You would be really, really fun. And case studies. Oh God, case studies are awesome, especially Evolve case studies. If you have that website account, you can go and do some case studies, which are excellent. And the last, but certainly not least, rule number 5 is, honey, set a time for yourself, okay? You are the most important person in your whole entire life, right? You're the best person ever in your life. Without you, nothing matters. Without you, nursing school doesn't have any meanings, okay? So take care of yourself. Do the stuff that you like. Don't listen to those people that you have to study forever and quit, hanging out with your friends. No. For sure, going out with your friends shouldn't be your priority yet now, but you have to take care of yourself, okay? You have to at least have a couple of the good 2 hours in the week that you spend on going to the gym or taking care of yourself. Like, I don't know what you like. You like to play with your kids? Awesome! Spend that time without any regret. This is a time that you're having mental hygiene. Let's put it that way. You're taking care of your mental hygiene. Your physical hygiene. You're exercising, you're getting new energy, you're just having a fresh start and everything. So please take care of yourself and have fun. Give yourself a good belly laugh. Oh, that's awesome. Like, go and watch, 2.5 Men, Friends, or whatever. It's on the air and it's funny and you would laugh, and watch it with other people. Because when you're with other people, 80% you will laugh more. So, and you are with your friends or your family members, with your loved ones. So spend time for yourself and really take care of yourself, and you would love the whole experience. Oh, it is hard, but if you have a good and positive attitude, you would love it. So that was all my 5 tips. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I am sure if I can do it with this accent and with this English, you for sure can do it. So love you all, and I wish you the best. Bye-bye.